Razer has been recently quite active in the mouse space with their continuous release of budget class mice with intriguing features, be it in specs or in shape. And today's mouse is probably the most comfortable one from Razer to me with its pure ergo shape. So without any more delay, let's talk about Razer R1. Today's review unit was sent to me by Gadget Nova. Gadget Nova has been one of the current most active PC peripherals importer, with bringing Razer, Jinming, and some few other popular brands with their amazing product. You can find today's Razer R1 from them for only 3000 BDT. And now onto the video. So let's start out today's video with the quick unboxing of this mouse. The mouse comes in a very simple packaging, but with a quick overview of the mouse on top of the box. And opening the box, at first we get a braided Type-C to A cable, which is a good thing to find in this price point. Then we get some black grip tapes, and no fits are included in the box. And after that, there is the user manual, and lastly we get a beautiful red accented mouse. And that's all to the unboxing. Now let's talk about the shape of this mouse. As per the specs by Razer, it's around 123 by 64 by 41 mm in length, width and height. And since I always measure my mouse personally, here you can see the mouse is around 121 mm in length, 60 mm in width and 41 mm in height. So it seems there is a slight difference in length as I measured, but this is due to myself not measuring the mouse from the top of the click from where it comes to 123 mm. But the height of this mouse doesn't necessarily mean everything. As this mouse is an ergo mouse, the measured height is similar on the left side of this mouse, but it slowly inclines to the right side where it fits perfectly to the curvature of your palm. Also looking at the front side, the mouse inclines slowly to the left side, and the middle hump isn't extended all the way to the end, rather it stops halfway to the mouse and slowly inclines at the bottom side where it meets the palm. This shape truly matches the shape of an ergo mouse, and if we go to the yellow shape, let's compare its shape to one of the most popular ergonomic mouse, the Deathadder from Razer, and also the G Pro X Superlight, since people are fan of this shape. So for the length, the R1 is similar or closer to G Pro X and smaller to Deathadder V2, but in width, the R1 and the GPX are in the same dimension but is narrower than the Deathadder. And lastly, the height varies of all the three mice, and R1 is taller than G Pro X and shorter than the Deathadder, and this indicates the mouse is made for the people with medium to big hands to hold comfortably. Then about the build quality and the comfort of this mouse. Starting with the build quality, this mouse is by far one of the most premium feeling mouse I have tried, under $30 or 3000 BDT, and the ABS hard shell has some density to it, for which the build quality doesn't feel remotely similar to a cheap mouse you would expect for this price. But still there is a tiny flaw to the mouse, where if you squeeze the mouse really hard, the shell will click from the base, and that means the side shell is getting separated from the base. But then again, it automatically sits back to the place if you stop pressing it, and this won't occur in normal usage since you have to press pretty hard, which is ignorable. And if we consider the feel of this mouse, the mouse is completely coated with matte finish and has a grippy coat to it, where it is less likely to slip away during sweaty game sessions with sweaty hands. And since I am daily driving this mouse for over 2 weeks now, I can verify that. And since this is an ergonomic mouse, it can be absolutely comfortable in hand, in palm grip, and also in claw and fingertip grip won't also be an issue. If you are thinking about how does this mouse weight in hand, the weight of this mouse as per the specs is around 59 grams, which seems to be true, and if you test out its distribution of weight while holding the mouse in the center, it is seen that the mouse is back heavy as it tilts in the back, which is kind of inevitable in my opinion due to it having a really extended back hump, but the back weight mostly got adjusted for me while playing game since my palm was always supporting the mouse and holding the mouse in the top and bottom. It is seen that the mouse stays stationary, which implies the mouse is pretty well balanced to the center, and overall this isn't bad in terms of weight distribution. Now looking at the internals, the sensor it comes with is Pixart 3311 sensor, which is a mid-budget sensor from Pixart, and we will talk about it in the performance part. And on the back we have a polling rate toggle switch and a mode changing switch, and the dongle is placed inside the bottom compartment of this mouse. And the fits we see here is the commonly used PTFE fit, which has a decent thickness and also a smooth glide on the mouse pad. And the glide test you are seeing here is on Aegis MP02, the new hybrid pad from Aegis, and you can find my review on my channel. And what about the switches then? The switches it comes with, according to the specs, is Huanok 20 million click switches, and to verify that I had to look into it since I am not allowed to open the mouse. So I tried to peek into it from the front, and we can see that there is the Huanok blue shell with blue dot switch placed on it, and they are one of the better low budget switches available in the market and is more reliable than what Omron offers. But it was unlucky for me. I couldn't see the encoder, and the encoder should be something of a F-type encoder or something similar, which is a very decent tactile scroll and also press. And looking at the pre-travel, there is no pre-travel on the left click of this mouse, but has a slight pre-travel on the right click, and also there is no pre-travel on the side buttons at all. And also the side buttons are conveniently placed on the side, which is easier to reach in any grip, and also it has a visible matte finish for more firmer grip. Now about the performance of this mouse. As I mentioned before, the sensor it comes with is the Pixart 3311 sensor, a budget lenient one from Pixart but with consistent 1 kHz polling rate and up to 18,000 dpi, and the IPS is around 400 with 40 grams of acceleration. So it's pretty much a decent sensor for any kind of FPS game without any kind of interruptions. I have been using this mouse for past 2 weeks, and I can assure you that it didn't disappoint at all. The performance was flawless and I didn't feel any kind of hiccups, but I did have some spinouts while aiming quickly, and that's a trade-off for the price. I can complain. And without that, the wired and the 2.4 GHz mode worked like a charm, and I had a decent gameplay with it. So time for the verdict. Should I buy this or not? I will say to buy it if your budget is anywhere around $20 to $25 or 3000 BDT if you want a wireless mouse. This mouse has almost zero flaw, and the cons are really ignorable, and the shape is like a charm for anyone who is a palm gripper in budget. So yes, I would absolutely recommend this mouse. So that's all for today. I hope you guys liked the video, and do give a like and subscribe to support me in the future, and stay safe.